Oh, it's Issa.
Miss Issa, I just want to thank you for throwing this event and let you know you did it again.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I stopped here on my way to that bridge.
Okay. We need to double down on the wellness event.
Absolutely.
She meant she was gonna kill herself, right?
Hello and welcome back to Insecurity, the official recap podcast for HBO's Insecure. My name is Crissle.
And I'm Hey Fran. Hey, Fran. Switched it up on you this time.
Oh, did you, girl? Where? How? I didn't clock it, but it's episode 8. We're inching closer and closer to the series finale, and there are some choices that need to be made, Fran.
You know what? I think this was my favorite episode of the season.
Okay.
I have to say it. Yep. In so many ways, especially the business aspect of it. So
you know what?
Relatable. Okay.
I think I agree with you. This episode took me in a lot of different directions, brought me up, and then, sent me crashing back down in ways, but let's get into it.
As per usual.
As y'all's typical way of operating. So Issa and Nathan are laid up in the bed, child. And is it just me, or is her face giving, I can't stop thinking about Lawrence?
I mean, even being president of the Lawrence Hive, I can kind of see that, but I also feel like we're fishing at this point.
Because when he asked her, she talking about squirrel behavior. Come on,
I mean,
now.
that's so Issa, though.
It is,
She's so random. It didn't surprise me at all. If anything, I thought it was so cute that he was equally as random and was down to go down that rabbit hole with her. Because he didn't even flinch or think like, what the fuck are you talking about? He just went in with her about squirrels being in a rush or whatever random shit they were talking about.
They are weird. They were talking about that coyote on the leash, so they are weirdos.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that's not all that's on Issa's mind. She's not telling the whole truth here. So
I love to hear it. Keep on that
Girl,
theory.
I'm just
We're almost
realistic.
there.
That's all. So Nathan is taking his meds in the bathroom when Issa walks in, wearing his shirt, of course, that he left over at her place. And in fact, he leaves so much shit at Issa's house that moving in together is starting to sound like a good idea. Okay, she got them bamboo sheets like Fran, and they nicer than whatever jersey cloth he got on his
relatable
bed
content
at home. And Issa's like, wait a minute now, like this is something to think about.
Little fast to me.
A little
you
quick. I mean, these are the same niggas who said I love you 2 weeks into talking. So
fair. And then
so yes.
I think I'm surprised at him because he is the one that seemed most startled by her inconsistency and then even further startled by her I love you. So to now push it full throttle, like fuck it, let's just move in.
Yes.
Like, okay. All right.
That's a choice, but also, it's LA, cost of living is high, niggas is broke.
You know what?
So
this is our reality.
Let's split this rent and these bills. So Issa agrees to think about it, but I'm just like, girl, knowing you still sprung off Lawrence, you gonna sign a lease with this nigga?
But
is that a great idea?
But it's the theme keeps popping up of her like sticking to a decision. So I almost feel like she's forcing this to like make it realer than it is in her mind. Like maybe if I just do this thing, I'll get Lawrence out my system. I really feel like that's what she's going for.
I agree.
It'll make sense any other way. Like, girl.
Right. You're forcing it, Issa, but that's fine. It's the day of the art walk and Koya is busy greeting all of the guests, tailoring the greeting to their, specific race. And Issa is walking Seth throughout the space. It looks incredible. Anthology Collective even came around. You could have knocked my ass over with a feather. I said, no, wait a minute.
I wondered,
did not expect that.
Did you think maybe Crenshawn talked to them and was like, you know what? Let's just give her another opportunity. I wondered what made them pull up this time around.
I did too, but Seth says that he and Nadia are impressed with everything that the Blow CC has managed to put together, and they are ready to see. And they are ready ready to send an offer. Every entrepreneur's like most loved words, just the things you want to hear.
Listen to me.
An offer, baby. Some ducats is coming through very soon. But so this moment kind of took me back a little bit because do you remember episode 2, Britt Bennett's book signing at SO1 bookstore? And there was a woman who stopped Issa and was like, "Oh, you saved my life with this event." Well, that's the same woman who stops her now.
I was going to say, was that not the same lady that had that kind of stalkerish, heavy fan
Look in her
energy?
face. Yep, she sure did. And talking about how dope Art Walk is and how glad she is that she stopped there before heading to the bridge. And I was like,
Okay, and then Koya kind of peep game that
right.
there was something weird popping off because she came and got her as a friend would.
Right. And Issa telling Koya, we got to ramp up them wellness events. Yes, correct. Because that was very disturbing. And knowing that death is one of the themes of this season, I hope that we don't hear like some sad news.
I feel like they won't go there.
Somehow.
Right.
Maybe not, but still, let's get Dr. Rhonda to do a workshop or something because the girls are in need. That was a little worrying. But Nathan and Thomas are at the art walk, supporting Issa, shopping, unable to pose naturally like most men. Like, she literally said, "Look natural," and these niggas did a jail pose.
She said, "Okay, all right, that was nice." Turn that phone off quick.
Photo, yeah. But it's nice to see them hanging out as cousins, maybe rebuilding their relationship after everything that went down a couple of episodes ago.
Right.
Nathan, though, is heading back to the shop to start his men's group, which I was just like, look at y'all, man. And Issa is being very like wide open, gushy. And you know what? Like you just said earlier, I think she's forcing it a little bit. Like the power couple thing and the kisses and
and even her face. Did you see how she kind of pulled back after they kissed? And that's where I saw what you saw in the first scene where there is tension in her body because that was not a natural, like, I'm happy to be here, kiss and hug. Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, you can always count on Molly and Kelly and Amal making fun of Issa anytime she's in any situation that has to do with feelings because they are teasing her about how in love she is. And even Kelly talk about, "Hey, yo, East, I'm from Tampa," which was just like, famously
like, he's
from
Houston. She was like, "You don't know. You just loved him." Which standout line. Like, I know she improv that. I just know it. She's so
Natasha
funny.
Rothwell kills every scene. And of course, Amal and Kelly cannot even get along for 1 minute. When she said she gonna write a show just to kill him off, I was like,
I mean, all they said was hello and it was friction. That's
right.
Come on.
But Amal, he never stays still for too long at any event. So, congratulates his sister, heads off, and the girls start walking and talking. Molly's getting all giggly too in her phone. Turns out that she and Torian have a second date planned.
Come on, come through. I like how this is going.
I see it for Molly and Torian. I really do. But she talks about needing the stress release because she's been trying to wrangle her parents into taking care of their shit. And this is where Kelly jumps in and she's like, "Bitch, let me help. This is literally what I do at work and I'm great at it, like handling people's last wills and testaments. That's my shit." So
yeah, bro, your prediction was so spot on because you literally said in last episode that you saw her creating a trajectory of finance, business, but that focused on Black families. And to me, this set that in motion. I was like,
Thank you.
Your crystal ball, pun intended.
Yeah, but it's true. I am Kelly. Like, that's probably that character is like 85% me. So I saw where we were going. And here we are. Meanwhile, Issa and Koya are moving some materials to the car when they spot fine-ass Crenshawn. And at first I was like, oh, God, he here to start a counter-protest. This nigga about to throw paint on them. I was stressed. Fran.
I mean, I wondered because he was solo and he didn't seem like he had any smoke in his energy. I tapped into the energy of the scene. But he just seemed chill. I was like, what does he want, though?
Well, Koya was on guard. Okay, she in the hive and she's ready. She stayed ready. Site. But he did not come here to get crazy. He actually tried to throw his own gaily. He realized that it is not
There's a
as
lot of red
simple.
tape. Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Sorry,
he has a new
Issa.
appreciation for Issa's efforts. And I'm like, okay, I guess I was wrong because I definitely thought Issa owed Crenshawn the apology and not the other way around. But, you know, he had a new experience. He got some new perspective. And, you know, now he got some shit lined up and he wants to work with Issa again if she bowed it. Now, I did not see this coming. I did
At
not.
all. And it was kind of funny the way he approached it too. But it's just such a street dude energy because it's like,
Right.
he didn't really come at her on some like, I want to apologize, like, let's talk, da-da-da. He's just like, yo, I got this opportunity. If you bout it, let me know. I know. Like, he's just throwing it out there like,
and let's
it's up
not
to you.
front. Like the rest of us would do anything Kofi said. Don't play with me. What did Koya called it a sexy-ass apology.
That's what it was. She was like, with that sexy-ass apology.
Exactly. Even I would have been like, I mean, let's go.
Can I get an integrity clinic?
Don't bring up them damn sweatshirts. But Issa's at home doing her hair when the offer letter comes in from NBW. Bitch, racks on racks on racks.
Come
and
on.
who better to celebrate with than Mirror Bitch?
Hey.
Who absolutely is hyping this bitch up. Let's go! Like,
he was like, I love you.
Yes.
Crazy bitch.
You are my type of bitch. And you know, now that the offer letter has come in, things are in motion. Issa and Koya are meeting up with Nadia and Seth to show them the Miracle Theater for Anthology Collective's new concert series. The Blow CC is on top of shit, okay? You know that AC do not perform during the retrograde. I said, is Fran their advisor? Leave me alone.
I looked around
because Fran
like,
don't sign nothing during the retrograde.
I left New York 2 months early to avoid signing a lease in my new city during retrograde. We don't play around these parts. So you know, I was
Fran,
like, speak
I said,
up.
Oh my
Speak
God.
on it.
But thankfully, Koya and Issa are tapped into the community. They already know what type of time these niggas is on.
Yeah,
So they got
I love that
permits
too.
done.
I
Way
love
in
that
advance.
so much. She was like, no, we did it 2 months prior. We're good.
Because we already know what's up. But when they walk through the doors of the Miracle Theater, we've time traveled a little bit. They've added a couple of people to the team. They're at an even larger location that can seat 6,300 and has outdoor space for
The
overflow.
What?
Issa doing interviews with Elaine Welteroth, and this time people
That
are
was so
applauding her
cool.
little corny one-liners. Listen,
You
she
saw
has
she had
changed
it
since the
prepped.
reunion. Yeah.
It's fly to see this though. I was
It
like, wow, the
is.
growth from think of episode 1, like from season 1 to this
Yeah.
this episode is bugged out.
It's some big shit, yes. So she mentions in the interview that she's been in partnership with NBW for the past 2 years and hasn't done much in LA lately, but you know, it'll always be home. And I said, okay, jet setter. And then what do we see? This bitch in first class across from Ty damn Dollar Sign.
Full circle
Amazing.
moment for Issa.
You know, black people, first of all, looking good. These sunglasses, I'm sure, are
The
thousands
hair.
of dollars.
So
Everything.
good.
Gorgeous. But Ty Dolla $ign is heading back to LA to work with Crenshawn, the hood hero. And it says like, oh, wow, Crenshawn, that is so dope. Yeah. I
Funny
know who
how
that
it comes
is,
back
and,
to him.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, she's a little shook thinking about the nigga she chose not to go with. But when she lands and gets home and walks into this house, I said, oh my God, my bitch has come up.
Because that was House on the Hills money right there.
That
we
was
walked into.
WeHo. That was rich white gay man money. Even Nathan's new shop is doing well. They still in love. And yeah, that's when I should have known it was a fantasy. But, you know, it looks like life is all great. And then we snap out of it. And we are right here in the present day. And it has not time traveled 2 years. And Issa is not super fucking rich. And I said, damn you, Issa Rae. Because they got me, friend. They got
you
me.
this
I fell for
time?
that. They did. Yes,
See,
I
they
fell
got
for it.
me with the last week's with Issa with the baby at the hospital. I did not see that coming. I mean, did not see that coming. Especially not that one part. But this, I knew it was a sequence. I just knew it because of the way that it was moving. I was like, I feel like they're showing us a trajectory that she has as an option.
A daydream.
You know? A daydream. Yeah. Like, this is, if I make this decision, this is what my life could look like. And I think that's what she's juggling. So I saw it coming. But I was also like, okay, but what's the alternative? I was ready for the alternative.
I was like, how dare y'all fuck with my emotions like this? But Mirror Bitch is fucking with the fantasy too. And right then, Issa gets a notification from Crenshawn with a pin drop talking about come through if you want to link up. And I'm like, bitch, the way you would not have to tell me twice. Let Kofi Siriboe text me with a pin talking about come through. I'm halfway there. What?
He'll be like, how'd you get here before the pin drop, bitch?
Because I'm efficient, nigga. Ain't that why you want to work with me? Efficiency. But I guess Issa D got to think about it first. While she is pondering whether she's going to make an incredibly obvious decision. Molly and Kelly are at Molly's parents' house. Oh, and I think anybody who has ever had to deal with aging elders can relate to this scene.
The rigidity, the stubbornness.
It sounds like a lot of questions which lead to the same thing. Just split whatever there's left evenly. I don't care. I'll be dead.
David.
Dad. Mr. Carter, I know what you mean. But the bank's gonna need an actual dollar amount so they can paint an accurate picture of your financial assets.
So, how big is the 401k?
I had to borrow against it to cover your mom's medical expenses. There's not much left.
Wait, what?
What happens if Mom has another stroke?
I don't like this conversation.
We're out of tea. I don't know if we ever had any tea, but I'm gonna go to the store.
I promise you, Mr. Carter, nobody likes talking about money. And when you see your whole life on a piece of paper, it's sobering. I can't tell you how many of my clients I've seen open mouth sob because all they have to pass on is an old Nissan Sentra. Manual transmission. But we're professionals, and I've seen every scenario under the sun.
I just don't like seeing how little I have to leave my family. I worked 50 years, and it feels like I've got nothing to show for it.
That is not true.
Dad, you gave us love, and that's what's most important. All of this is just things.
And, it's never too late to start saving for your grandkids.
But what was really sad to me was the part where you could see in her dad's face that he really felt like, damn, I've been working my whole life. And every question they're asking me is embarrassing because I have nothing to show for this shit. And that was really sad. That was hella sad because it's so relatable.
Yeah, and it was at the root of most of his resistance. This idea that the more you poke and prod and ask these questions that I don't want to hear, the more I'm going to have to confront this feeling of being inadequate as a provider for my family. So it's very nice that Molly's mother and Molly herself, are chiming in like, you are an awesome husband, a great father. And Kelly absolutely nailing this entire conversation by reassuring him, you know what? I have seen my clients who have literally nothing but a used Nissan that won't start. And so
and affirm him by saying you can start now. There's never too late. Think about your grandkids. We can set you up with an account. I love that instead of making him feel, instead of judging him for not having all his ducks in a row, like the finance people online that make you feel like I don't have $400,000 saved by 30 years old,
So I'm trash.
I'm failing. Right. So it was kind of nice that she was just like, listen, this is the way of the world. It happens, but let's try to get our ducks in a row moving forward.
Right. Even when they were like, when the parents were like, can't y'all just split whatever's left over equally? Kelly is like, you might think, but
it ain't
the
that
bank
easy,
wants
brother.
a dollar amount. But you know what? The great thing about this is you can take it one step at a time, and you are in very capable hands with Kelly the accountant and Molly the lawyer helping you at this. And I was just like, this is absolutely Kelly's lane. I cannot wait to see where she takes it. Yes.
And that's what I love it. The black accountant, the black lawyer. To me, they should just team up and make this a business. That would be sick.
Listen, and Kelly and Molly's mama going back and forth the way they do.
I died. Did you see? Did you see right before the scene cut off when Molly looked over at Kelly like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I'm bonding with your mother. We're friends. That's what this is. I'm gonna call the banker. You know, banks love giving phone calls. They do. They be like, "Hello."
You look over and Kelly's like, "Bitch," cursing at the mama and shit.
But that's
that was
why
so
this
funny.
is great. That's why this is great. You could not have gotten a white accountant to make them feel so at
in your
ease.
living room, chilling with your family. Okay,
Right.
no.
Getting these people to open up about their finances. Nah.
Yep.
So
You were
Kelly
spot on
is
with this one.
truly a natural at it. I really want to see where she takes it. But Issa and Crenshawn are having coffee. Predictably, you don't ignore it when somebody that fine sends you a fucking pen.
And don't.
You don't. But she does tell him that she doesn't think that them working together is the move, and he ain't having it. He was like, I actually think it is. You know what? I have a lot of
That was such
visions.
a turn on.
It was.
like-
and I said, not from
He
this
was like,
finance man.
respectfully, okay, respectfully.
I
Issa,
disagree.
I think you're wrong.
Disagree. Right.
got
And
shit
he
to
wants
do.
he wants to keep throwing events, you know, including an after school program. We all know Issa has a lot of experience with after school programs.
Shout out
But,
to We
you
Got
know,
Y'all.
He is not only is he being, you know, fine and sexy while arguing his case, he's also on his business. He already sent her the proposal. He
Come
just wants
on.
her to see the vision. You wanted to win with me, right? And he's standing there looking all fine. Like,
And he had it all fleshed out. It was no
Yeah.
hood shit about this in terms of like homie shit where he's just like, yeah, you know, we're going to figure it out and you do this, whoop-de-whoop.
yeah,
He was
no.
like, this is what I see. You know how it goes. This is what I see. This is what I want. And this
Right.
is how you fit. And this is what we can do. And I sent you a proposal. Boom. Let me know what's up. Here for it.
Right. So when he said, think about it, I said, here we go with another fucking daydream sequence. And that is exactly what it is. Y'all got me the first time, but you're not going to get me
Right.
twice in the same episode, nigga. So
And here was that
Yeah.
alternative. I was waiting on it.
Yep.
I was like, okay, if they showed us that, then what's coming up next?
then what's
And
on
this
the
is what
other
it was.
side? And it's, you know, it's Koya and Issa meeting up to tour the space with Crenshawn and Anthology Collective. And
So
again,
dope,
once we
man.
walk through the doors, we've time traveled, and Koya has on the Integrity crew neck.
Come on, still
There are
waiting on
some-
mine.
There are olive brownies fresh out of the air fryer for Issa. And, you know, these niggas is opening new locations, building together in a very black ass way. And honestly, this looks so dope. Like, it's definitely less money than the NBW partnership, but it's black as shit. And it's still super local and very
And it's
fucking successful.
And it's heart-centered. It's a heart-centered business model where integrity is at the
Right.
forefront and your community's at the forefront. And you know me, I'm always going to pick this trajectory. Like, I get
Right.
it. The house on the hills, the dope clothes, flying first class, all of that's fly. I'm a tourist. I would love it. I wanted to.
We know. We know,
But
Taurus.
you know I love it too. But,
Yeah, we know.
but at the end of the day, I would wholeheartedly advise her to go with Crenshawn. Would you have picked him or would you have gone with MBW? You're like,
I mean,
can't
that's
we do
interesting.
both?
I mean, and Issa even has that moment when she sees the bus with Ty Dolla $ign and the NBW logo on it. She's like, interesting. Look at what I gave up. But on the other hand, Mayor Tyra Banks is giving Issa a key to Inglewood. August
Mayor
12th is
Tyra
Issa Wood Day. That was so funny.
And you know, it was interesting how Ty Dolla $ign presented the other
Yep.
option in each
Mhm.
vision, which is so interesting. But that goes back to her
is.
being unsettled in her decisions. Like, just pick one
Right.
and go with it, Issa. Pick one and
But-
go with it.
In both of these fantasies, Nathan is still at home waiting on her with a heart full of light-skinned love. They haven't
Here for
moved
it.
in this one because, you know, she's been grinding and they don't have the ducats for that. They still
Relatable
dealing with-
content.
dealing with Trina and
Right.
whatever is coming up in her dreams.
And
but
the haunted weave or whatever the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Why didn't we move into a bigger place?
You know, on our entrepreneur grind. We had to make some sacrifices. Speaking of, Trina came by and said that some hair is coming up out of her toilet and haunting her.
Wow. That is disappointing.
Oh, I meant to tell you, the men's group said congratulations on Issa Wood Day. They all watched the ceremony on KCal 9. Just want to say I'm proud of you.
Huh?
I'm proud of you.
Oh, shit!
My bad. I didn't mean to scare you. I was just saying I was proud of you. You know, because you had a lot of options and you made a choice that made you happy. And now you're being rewarded for it. Issa, key to the motherfucking city, D.
Oh, God, friend. Like I said, Lawrence is in the back of her mind. She can try to front, but she knows.
Right.
And he said, you know what? I'm happy for you, proud of you. You made your choice. You had a lot of options, but now you're happy and you're being rewarded for it.
Oh my God. So much to say. So much to say.
And when he tries to like lean in and kiss her, she snaps out of it and comes back to the present day. But yeah, girl, like your subconscious is fucking with you.
But she was yelling. I mean, when she screamed, like when he was trying to kiss her and she screamed.
Right.
I was like, wait, you're screaming?
Yes,
this
girl.
Is great, Issa. This is great.
No, it's not. Because, you know, the heart might want Lawrence, but the brain is determined to make a better decision. Or what she thinks is a better decision.
But you know what it is that I like about this? I like seeing women with options, bottom line.
Yes, me too.
That's, at the end of the day, I would rather you in this position than in any other. Where you get to say, which one do I want? Exactly. Yeah. Which one do I want? Which life am I going to create for myself? And you get to create that. I'm down for that.
And these are two dope options. You know, I want to say that, I mean, I want to be the type of person who says the Crenshawn decision was definitely the right one. I do. I would love to be that type of person.
I'd love to. But, I mean, truth be told, the funny thing is Issa Rae actually showed the business model where you can combine NBW and Crenshawn and not have to pick. You know what I mean? Right. So maybe she ends up doing something like that where she's like, I don't have to pick either one. I'm going to be the middleman that creates the whatever that gray area is where both can coexist. And I am that company. So I feel like that's what she can do. Where
you don't feel like you're compromising too much in either direction. Like you're not giving up too much.
Exactly.
You're not straying away from what really matters to you. Right.
Exactly.
Not doing anything to hurt the community that you came from. But also, you know, growing your shit. We still live in this society and
getting your view in the hills.
Money. Yeah, you know, that's all I'm saying. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to think about, friend.
Because one thing a Black woman gonna do is take it all as she should. Okay, so I'm with you on her figuring it out. I'm with you.
Right. Well, Kelly, meanwhile, is heading out. Really enjoyed helping Molly's parents get their shit together. It's a miracle, but after a long day, their will is done. Thank God. Kelly done even finessed an invite to Miss Carol's Denzel movie night.
Kelly's so funny.
She's the absolute best. And of course, Molly is beyond relieved that they finally got their affairs in order. And there's a really sweet moment with her dad where she thanks her for pushing them to get it done. Because they would not have done it if Molly hadn't been like, this is of the utmost importance. Right.
Yeah, and shout out to the dad for disarming in that moment and realizing, like, as hard as it was, and like you said earlier, as much as he had to face, this shit had to be done, you know, to make sure the kids are good.
Oh God, relatable. When you know, when you just get a letter from somebody, you're like, I truly don't want to open this. This email is going to be full of bad news, and so I would rather just leave it alone. But it's. You know, it's nothing like just putting on your big girl panties and facing whatever is in front of you. So
that's me when I get a letter from the IRS.
Listen, I actually didn't want to name the institution, but yeah, that's
your heart. You know you didn't do nothing wrong, and you still be nervous.
But still, because this is a bill.
I'll open this next week.
Whatever this is, it's a bill, so it can wait.
Right.
Just open it, girl. But, as relieved as she is that they got it done, the day was clearly extremely draining for Molly because she breaks down as soon as she gets in the car. Understandably so. There's been a lot going on for her lately.
She hasn't caught a break either.
Right. So when Torian calls to confirm that they're still on for their date and asking her what kind of wine she wants for these tapas, she actually says, I know that I'm not going to be in good company. It's been a draining ass day with my parents. I'm proud of her for saying that.
Yes,
I feel like old Molly would have just gone anyway because she don't want to risk upsetting this man.
Yep. She would have overextended herself just for him to please him. So it was nice for her to set that boundary and be like, I actually need to be by myself. And shout out to Torian.
Again, I see this man for her because he is super understanding. Not pressuring her about it at all. It leaves the door open for her to call and talk to him if she wants to. But, she says she needs to decompress alone, and he lets her have that. This should not be uncommon.
Pushback and no pushback. I mean, not even for a second. It was like, that's what you said.
Sure?
You okay?
Come through.
Well, I could maybe stay for a while, or maybe we can just do dinner. Like, no, he was like, I get it. And then later we see he sent her wings and wine. Oh my God. Man.
Well, at home with Issa, Mirror Bitch cannot understand why this real life bitch is so stressed out. But Issa can't figure out why Lawrence decided to show up in her fantasy. And I'm like, really, girl? Do you really not know?
Didn't you see how good life with Crenshawn was? Yeah. It was great. But why was Lawrence there? Because I am not thinking about him. I don't know about that at all. I mean, you did call him a few weeks ago, and then he called you back, and oh, remember when we threw Condola's baby in the trash? Good times. Maybe there's a little voice in the back of your head that's saying that things aren't done yet. Thus you. You're the little voice in the back of my head. Tiddly hee hee. Are you leaving? Oh, come on.
This scene cracked me up. She did that little voice.
It was funny. But yeah, I can't say that I don't ever have conversations with myself that don't sometimes go exactly like that. I am not thinking about my ex while I am thinking about my ex.
Relatable content.
Right. So Molly's at home watching trash TV, decompressing like she should.
Right.
When Issa calls, extremely happy to hear about the will getting done, talking about Issa's mama is up next on the will prep. Like, child.
Gosh.
Good
Line them up.
Right. So Molly asks, about Issa's decision, what she's going to do with the MBW or Crenshawn thing. And of course, Issa still doesn't know. And Molly says, what if there is no wrong answer? What if it's not all or nothing? What if things work out regardless? Or what if they don't? Or what if, any given thing happens? What if you just make the decision that feels right in your gut and go with the flow, knowing that you can handle with whatever life handles you?
Come on, advice, though.
Because deep down, you know what you want to do. I said, if Dr. Rhonda is not the MVP of this fucking series, I don't know who is.
Didn't even have to show up on screen. Just just permeating it. I loved that advice. I loved it because it wasn't the typical tweetable, just follow your heart and you will always be okay. Like, she was just like, it might crash and burn.
It
might be great. We always want a pretty packaged answer.
Yeah.
And it's just not how life flows. And I thought that was the realest advice. And Issa was just like, I love you. Like, you're my friend, man. When your friend hits you with that good shit. When your friend hits you with that good shit, you're like, I really needed to fucking hear that.
Life is really not all or nothing. Like Molly said, you can follow your heart and maybe it turns out okay. Like maybe it doesn't end up being everything you ever dreamed of. Right. Yeah. Like I felt that when I made the decision to move to New York almost 10 years ago. which
Oh
is
my
so
God.
crazy to
And
say
look at
out
your
loud.
life
But
now.
listen, and I did not picture none of this. I was just like, you know what? I'm leaving Oklahoma, so where am I going? Is it New York or is it Atlanta? Like, I fully anticipated moving and getting a regular job and being a regular bitch just in a new city. You know, I could not have pictured anything that happened after I got here. So,
Yeah, one of my
you know,
favorite
choices
quotes.
are hard, but
One of
just
my
go with your
favorite
gut.
quotes that I have on my wall is, "But what if it doesn't work out?" And then it says, "But what if it does?"
Yeah,
And
what
that
if
is
it
so
does?
simple. But what if it does? So simple, but
Right.
it's just how the human condition is. So I love this scene. I'm happy that
Right.
they're just so. Everyone is being loved
Thank
and
God.
supported and nourished in their lives the way that they deserve. And I'm so happy to see this on television.
Thriving in abundance.
Right? Come on, Kelly.
Limitless. It's a beautiful thing. And regardless of, you know, if it works out or if it doesn't, what if you trust yourself that you can handle whatever life throws at you? Because you
on.
are that bitch.
Mhm.
And you can get through it. Trust
And
yourself and
Yeah.
you're gonna be all right.
And
So it's a beautiful moment between these two friends. I'm so glad that they're back together. Like you
Mhm.
said, Torian, who is definitely husband material, done sent over wine and wings. I'm like,
So not only
the-
did he honor her boundary, but he held space
Listen.
for the time she needed by contributing to it. I mean,
this,
everyone look around. Look around.
where is my Torian? What's Molly's prayer?
A man, right? I hear the fuck that.
Listen, only way that could have been better was some weed. Only way that could have been better is some blunts or some edibles.
Okay.
But yeah, I see this, you know, Molly and Torian, I see wedding bells in the future for these two. Because how could it
the
be
health. The
more
health.
of how could it be like a better match for her in this world? Don't know. But back at Issa's, she and Nathan are about to have fun when she hears Lawrence's voice again. I said, oh, Christ. Here we go, talking about how he just wants her to be happy. And this bitch got real shook, like, oh my God, if he appears again, I'm going to scream because I know my man is here. But Nathan comes out of the room this time. Oh, thank God. And Issa's face when she kisses him, like, girl, you know deep down what you want. Just like Molly just said.
Rattled.
Molly said,
rattled.
Deep down, you know what you want to do, but bitch, you have choices to make. And that is the end of episode 8.
This was my favorite episode. It was so good because it's so fucking real. I think people are so used to having a ton of shitty decisions to make, but what happens in life when you have a lot of great options, you know?
Right.
Because she really does. She has a lot of, like you said, there's really no bad decision. She's going to rock with whichever one she goes, whether it's the business, whether it's the man. And I love to see it because we need to see more of this on TV. Black women just sitting there like, which door do I go through? A or B?
So, speaking of which door, which one do you think Issa will choose before the end of the series?
I think she's going to go with Crenshawn, and I think she's going to go back to Lawrence. Final answer.
I think she's going to go with NBW. But I also think she's going to go with Lawrence. I don't know if she's going to leave Nathan or if they're going to work it out to where Nathan leaves her,
or if
so she
he's
doesn't
going
have
to
to feel
leave her.
so guilty.
Yeah, I was going to think that
so
too.
she don't have to feel guilty about it. But
like maybe he starts peeping game because the way you said she's so distant, or maybe he sees Lawrence and is kind of like, and maybe there's a moment where he sees them seeing each other. You know how those like weird things,
right?
I feel like something's going to pop off like that, and it's going to push Nathan to have to be the one to make the decision, which would be a little bit of a cop-out personally, because I want Issa to make the decision. I want her to have to put on her big girl panties on and stick
leave
with her
this
gut.
nigga.
Make a decision and run with it. It's hot because it's not easy. It's not easy to do
No,
that.
it isn't.
We've all been there.
Breaking up with somebody
who did nothing wrong to
everybody
you.
Ain't.
Bro,
everybody has not been there because a lot of y'all
who
just
did
ghost.
nothing. Yeah, like it's not easy. So I kind of want to see her show that process too. So I hope they don't give us a cop out personally. But I do think either she's gonna go with Crenshawn, or like I said earlier, she's gonna figure out a middle ground that incorporates both, so she don't have to choose. And who knows? Maybe she won't choose either man. That would be kind of sick too.
It would. You know, I would love to see some brand new nigga pop up and perhaps we end a series.
Daniel.
Oh, no, I don't think Daniel is.
I just want to see him. That was more of a personal thing.
Yeah. Maybe she finds a way to bring Crenshawn in with the NBW deal, so it's like they work together for the duration of the contract or something.
What if
I don't
she
know, but
ends
I
up
think
with
you're
Crenshawn?
Right. Now wait a minute.
You
Wait a
want to talk
minute.
power couple?
Okay. Now what? Now, friend, you might have did something there.
A wild card plot motherfucking twist.
They start working together, and then they start working together.
Yes.
Well, we will just have to see over the next 2 episodes of season 5. Make sure you are tuning in every Sunday night at 10 p.m. on HBO. And make sure you join in the conversation on social media. Use hashtag Insecurity to let us know your predictions, your feelings about the episode. That's hashtag INSECURITEA. Woo! Fran, can't wait for next week, girl.
I need to know.
Wait.
I need to know.
Insecuritea is a Loudspeakers Studios production in association with Team Epiphany. We're your hosts, Crissle and Fran. The executive producers are Chris Morrow and Matt Raz.
The producer is Matt Raz. Our associate producer and editor is Tyrell Worley. And the show is engineered by Dwayne Crawford. Don't forget to subscribe to Insecurity wherever you get your podcasts.
Or check HBO Max to hear the latest episodes as soon as they drop.
Brr, 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 brr.